Good afternoon and welcome back to today's show. Today we're going to do another quick watercolors. I'm hoping to do more for tree, mostly just one tree, a tree trunk. I'm hoping that we could do something like that. It's going to be mostly the tree, but we're going to start from a very light color, and then we're going to work it up and bring in more shades, how a tree sometimes looks, you know. And I hope I could do this right. You know me, I don't plan nothing. I come up with a quick idea sometimes, and we hope and we learn it together. So I hope you enjoy this show. I got a bunch of paint here. I got some yellow, some blue, two different kinds of blue. I got ultramarine blue. I got Prussian blue. I got birch sienna, Van Dyke brown, birch dark sienna. Ooh, excuse me. And some black ivory. So I'm going to just pick up a little bit of water. I'm going to take away the 2-inch brush. I'm just going to take the 1/4-inch brush, the 1/2-inch brush, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of yellow. It may have some green in it, but it's going to be a very light yellow. There we go. And let's just make a basic tree trunk. So here goes one side. It's going to come down something like that, and then we're going to have it coming down like so. Then we'll have some of the roots here. Let's bring it all the way up. So that's going to be almost how we're looking. So we're just going to, I'm going to take out some of this water, and I'm just going to start bringing down the paint that's already here, whatever it is. I'm just going to move it to just fill in the middle. I'm just bringing it straight down. If it may not cover everything, and that's what we want, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Okay. And by looking at this, I'm gonna pretend that the sun is coming on my right-hand side, and this is gonna be the shadow side. So as we're doing it, this side will get dark. Will get darker than this side. This is gonna be the most highlight side. So I'm gonna pick up the same yellow, and I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the birch sienna, just a drop of that birch sienna. There we go. And again, I'm gonna start with the darker side, coming on this side. I'm gonna bring this down, and then I'm gonna start moving this over to the lighter side. We may do this a few times. And again, it doesn't have to cover, because trees has all the, if you look at trees, even if you look at a, it's going to come to me, but if you look at just about any tree, it's not just brown, it's not just beige. If you already look at a tree trunk, you have all different colors in it, all different kinds of yellow, all different kinds of green. Look at a birch tree. A birch tree always looks white and black, but it's not always white. It's a beige. It's different colors of off-white. It's different colors of beige. But if you take the bark up, now you got a lighter color behind it, and then there's almost a yellow in front behind that. So a tree is not just one color. And then when you see the shades of a tree, you're looking at different shades of a tree, that will change. Now I'm going to pick up a little bit this birch sienna without any yellow in it. Again, I'm going to add a little bit of water to it. And again, I'm going to start with the dark side. There we go. And I'm going to come down here, follow this, and then the tree usually gets darker at the bottom anyway because you got less light on it. There we go. Okay. This is just gives me an idea. This is just an idea. I'm looking at the time because I got about 20-some minutes. So, there. I'm going to pick up a little bit more of the brown. And once again, I'm going to start darker to this corner. And then once again, work it out. Now already you can see that is mixing and it's going from darker from one side and it's getting lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter to the sun's to the lighter side. There we go. Now I'm going to take a little bit more. The birch sienna. Oops, I got the darker color. I didn't want that. Now I'm going to follow this again. Well, I'm going to push this one out a little bit more, and I'm going to start bringing it around to this side a little bit now. And that's going to make it lighter on this side. Get a little bit more. So I'm going to start it from here, come back here, and again, start shaping it around. There we go. I'm going to add a little bit of water, more water, because this part of the tree here, I don't like how it looks, so I'm just going to bring it down, add a little bit more water, and there we go. And I'm going to start turning that around. And then this, I'm going to start filling a little bit brown into this one there. There we go. Go across here. Get a little bit more of this same color brown. Because there's paint now, I got the water a little bit more wetter. So I'm going to bring this around this side. There we go. Bring this down here a little bit. Make this side a little bit darker. There we go. Bring some of this down. There. Now with this here, I'm just going to keep on making it lighter, lighter, lighter. There. I'm going to get some of this burnt umber, a little bit darker color. And because I said the tree is usually darker on the bottom, I'm going to start adding some of this dark right here. There. And we'll just start bringing this down, mixing with some of this. There we go. Okay. I'm going to let this dry up a little bit. This only look like a nice tree. I'm going to get my script liner brush. I'm going to go into some of the dark paint. And right here, I'm just going to put a little branch on this one coming down. So, like a little broken branch. and that will give it, the tree just a little life to it. And once this gets a little drier, bring it down, and it will be darker on the bottom. Here's some there. Then we'll wait for this water. I'm gonna let the water dry up a little bit, and then I'm gonna blend that in where it look more like a little branch. There we go. There. Now with a little bit of this darker color, I'm gonna bring this up a little bit, and until it gets a little lighter up here, a little lighter up here. There we go. Good. I'm going to take the script liner. I'm going to take the birch sienna. And let's bring a lighter. Now I'm going to bring this up. It's going to get darker here. And then I'm going to add a little water. I'm going to thin it out. Because as it goes up the tree, I want this to get a little lighter. Something like that. But now I'm going to bring this up here, and we're going to make a little branch breaking off here. There's a little branch right here. There we go. Now I'm going to bring this down. Okay. Clean this up. Now I'm going to bring some of this here. I'm going to try to water this down a little bit. I'm going to take the 1-inch brush, the little brush, and I'm just going to start filling this in and thinning it out some. Okay. And to make it look like the tree's a little bit turned, if you just turn the brush a little bit, you could put a nice little turn up on it, and the tree won't look all that flat. It looks like it's coming in. There. There we go. Now, I got 16 minutes, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get into the brush. I'm going to mix up, we're going to add some grass down here. I'm going to get some blue. Actually, I'm going to get rid of the blue, and I'm just going to pick up the yellow first. When you mix paint, you really want to start with the lighter color and then start adding in the darker color where you don't. There we go. Now, right here, this is the bottom of the tree right here. So right here, I'm just going to come up, and I'm just going to add some grass to this. I know it doesn't look like grass yet, but watch, give me a second. There's a couple ways of doing grass. I'm going to get my brush, and before it dries, I'm just going to start pulling some of this up. There. There we go. Now this is going to be the dark side, the dark side. So I'm going to go into the blue, some yellow, a little bit blue. We're going to make a little darker grass right around here. I'm just going to come up, and I'm just going to turn it. There. Get a little bit more. Get a little more yellow. And what I'm doing, I'm just skipping it. That's what I'm doing. You know, If you want it to be more of a grass, then you add a little bit more water to it, like this, and then you could make it look a little bit. But you do it the way you like it, you know. I'm just going to add a little bit more here. You can put as little, as much as you want. Okay. Now I'm going to take a little bit of, this is a dry brush, very dry brush. I'm going to drop a little bit of water on it. I'm going to get right back to the same green and stuff. Because I said this is going to be the dark side of the tree. So I'm just going to add a little bit of shadow underneath some of this grass. There you go. Yeah. Okay. And then if you want to draw shorter grass, there's a shorter grass. You open up the brush, you bend your brush a little bit. And now I could even make shorter grass just by tapping now. See that? As it comes out to the sunlight, it could be a little lighter, it could be a little darker. Yeah, now you see it as it's sunlight. I'm going to go into a little bit of, what could I want? I'm going to go into a little bit of the bird sienna. That's the same color that's here. And I'm going to have a couple little branches, little baby trees, baby branches that's coming up. There we go. If you have a handshakes like mine, you can make some beautiful trees. Branches, they're all different shapes and they go all different ways. Some has 3, and, you know. Make this a little bit bigger. You got the dark side here, and now we're going to put a couple little feet on this one. There. I'm going to give this a time to dry. I want all this to dry up for a little bit. And then we're going to skip and put some little leaves up on this one, baby leaves. I've been away for some time because my health wasn't 100% good. Then I took a little vacation. Me and my wife, we went to right before Door County, and it was a beautiful campsite. I don't know if you could see my T-shirt here. Let me see. It's what was called Conwadi's campsite, RV and camping. And we have just a little, I call it my one-room studio. That's how small the camper is. But the campsite has all your hookups. If you want, it has all the hookups. But the young people that owns the camp is fantastic. Is fantastic. But the other thing is they bought it from a metal sculpture. Yeah. And he has all his sculptures around this whole campsite. I mean, these are big sculptures, you know, butterflies, dragons, and I think his biggest one is, was it a giraffe? I think it may be a giraffe and a few other things. And so you're camping there, and at the same time, it's a museum. And if you're like me, and you like the arts, because it is an art, the more you go up to Door County, the more it becomes an art, and artists, galleries and stuff. A lot of artists is up there. So if you're ever down there, if you ever want to go to a nice place that's not too far, and the place is is clean, is the campsite is just, and all the people they had people from the Nebraska, Pennsylvania, and it was just a lot of fun up there. And you know, we went to see some of the stores down there and some of the other stuff that was there, and had a great time. So now this is drying. Most of this is dry, about I say 90% of this dry, maybe 1 or 2. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just pick up this brush and I'm just gonna add. I'm gonna go into my yellow first, just the yellow. I want it to be drier than that. I don't want it to be so watery. After a while, when you do water paints or even oils, you know, after a while you gonna know how you want your brushes to feel, how much paint on it, or especially with watercolors, how dry you want it. And this time I want it to be a little dry. But what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna skip, just like I done up here, but I'm gonna hold my brush and I'm just gonna use almost just the corner of this brush, and I'm just gonna tap here and there. I'm gonna turn my brush around every which way, and I'm just gonna add some leaves to this one. Not a whole bunch, just enough to add some leaves to this one. Now the brush is nice and dry. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of blue, and drop a blue, and drop a. I'm gonna mix up with just a little dry green. That's a little bit too wet that I want. Okay, let me say, and now I'm just gonna add a little bit of green to the yellow parts, but not too much, because I want some of this yellow to be showing through. There. Maybe it's starting to change, the weather. You know, and I'm gonna just pick up a little bit of the yellow ochre, just a drip, just a drop. I'm gonna dry that up, and I'm gonna add just a little bit yellow ochre leaves to this one too. A little bit of green, a little bit of yellow, but not too much. It just gives a little bit leaves. Now when I look at it looking this way, it looks okay, but when I look at it on TV, this looks like it's going up straight, and I don't like that. So I'm gonna try it, and I'm just gonna bring this out a little bit more. There. I got enough water on here, so I don't even have to add any more paint onto it, but it just fills it up. There's a lot of things when you do any kind of painting. As you can see, the main tree is not in the center, it's over to the center. I got this one here is closer to the center, but it's still not in the center. When you're doing trees or anything, you don't want to have just one. You just want to have an even number. You want to have at least 3. You know, you want to break up the numbers. If you look at here, I got a lot. I got a branch here, I got these little branches coming down, I got a little tree here. If I keep on putting trees here, it's just going to take away the look of it. And like I said, a lot of times you don't have to fill up, when you're with the watercolor, you don't have to fill up every little white spot. You could keep it, you know. Watercolor is made that way, you know, in a way. When I took watercolor, when I lived in New York City, I was a member at the Student Art League, and my teacher was Frederick Wong. Oh, he was a fantastic watercolor teacher. But his watercolors was very loose, and he used to walk around, and every time he says, Mr. Day, please, more water. You gotta have more water. You use watercolors, you use them, water. So I did learn how to do painting with a lot of water. I learned how to do this style of painting where you could control more. So it's whatever it works for you. It's whatever you like to do water, how you want to do your painting. What I'm doing is just showing you little techniques that will help you to do it. You know, and that's the fun part. You know. Now, there's a little area here, and I'm gonna make this into a little walkway. We got a couple minutes left, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of the yellow ochre. I mean, it's not gonna be a strong color. It's gonna be water, there's gonna be a lot of water down to it. I'm just gonna bring it around where you could barely see it at first. And as it comes to me, it's gonna get bigger. I got a couple more minutes, and I'm gonna go back. This is gonna be a little more darker. And I'm just gonna bring it down, and once again, bring it, oops, maybe a little too light. There we go, there we go. I'm gonna make it like the tree. I'm gonna start up light, and as it comes closer to me, it's gonna get darker. There we go. There. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the burnt umber, which is darker, a little darker, and we'll just add a little bit of shade to it here and there. There we go. I want to thank everybody for coming. I hope you learned something from this one, because I did, because I really enjoyed this painting. When you have time, I could take my little paint, oops, and drop it in paint. Okay, and I'm gonna pick up a little dark color. And we could even start adding some nice little lines to this tree to make it look more like a bark. Bring it all the way down. There. Bring it out to the lighter side. There. Oops, drop a little bit of water on this side. There. Have fun with your painting and enjoy it. Go out and look at trees and see how many colors you could find with all different kinds of trees. And with that, I want to thank everybody for coming. And again, I hope to see everybody next time. You have a fantastic, fantastic weekend. See you then. Bye-bye.